it is just okay. Hardly I can tell some 30%. Okay, so once if I complete this relations, nearly 70% of the syllabus is completed. Fine. So and in the functions, actually it is easy only, but the thing is you'll be having more theorems in that. Fine. Okay, so in the previous class, with respect to the Hasse diagram, we have discussed the topics like maximal element, how to find the maximal element, minimal element, greatest and the least element. Okay, so similar to that, we have four more properties. They are upper bound, lower bound, least upper bound, and then greatest lower bound. Okay. See, actually, almost it is similar to the minimal and greatest and least element. But the thing is, so here when we are finding the greatest and the least elements, we are telling with respect to all the elements that is present in the Hasse diagram. Whereas in case of the upper bound, lower bound, least upper bound, and the greatest lower bound, so only we will be taking into consideration only a subset of elements. And those subset of the elements will be given in the question itself. Okay, so the examiner, he will set the subset of the elements. So by considering only those subset of the elements, we have to define these properties. Okay, so upper bound in general, I will tell you. Okay, so by taking one simple example, I'll just try to teach you. Okay, so let me take one simple diagram. So, okay, I'll take this diamond. So let me name this as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so these are the numbers I have taken. So when I'm finding the greatest element, so can you tell me, students, which is the greatest element here? Which is the greatest element? Yes, the answer is 1, because when you take all the elements of this Hasse diagram, the elements are 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So these are the elements that are present in the set. So out of these 4 elements, I think that color is not visible properly. Okay, the elements are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fine. So out of these elements, so yeah, if we have to find the greatest element, I have to consider all the elements. I have taken the greatest element as 1 because 1 is related to itself, 1 is related by 2, 3, and 4, and that is the reason 1 I have called it as greatest element. But when I'm finding the upper bound and lower bound, I told you that just we have to consider the subset of the elements. Assume that the examiner, he has given the subset of the elements as 2, 3. Okay, so now examiner, I have taken into consideration the subset of the elements of 2 and 3. So based on the subset of the elements, let me call the subset as B. Okay, based on the subset of the elements, so now I have to find the upper bound. Okay, so if I have to find the upper bound, all the elements, which are the elements that are related to only 2 and 3, those elements will be the upper bound elements. See, actually, if you see, the subset of elements are only 2 and 3. Can you tell me, students, which are the elements that are related to 2 and 3? Which are the elements that are related to 2 and 3? Okay, some students are answering 4. No, I'm not telling related by, I'm telling related to. Yes, Angadi Shivani is correct. So the answer is exactly 1. Okay, so the elements that are related to 2 and 3 are 1. So now in this example, we have only one upper bound element, that is 1. Okay, I think you got some idea. When we solve more examples, you will understand better. Fine. And don't try to mix the greatest element, least element with that with this one. Okay, so try to understand these are the 4 properties which are defined only with respect to this subset of elements. That's all. Okay. So now in the similar way, lower bound, if I have to find the lower bound, the definition is very simple. So just you have to think about the elements that are related to the subset of elements. Students, again, I'm asking you, can you tell me which are the elements that are related to the subset of elements? So here the subset of elements are only 2 and 3. Which are the elements that are related to both 2 and 3? Can you answer? Yes, exactly. The answer is 4. So in this example, the lower bound is 4. Okay. And with this example, if I have to convey the meaning of the least upper bound and the greatest lower bound, definitely it will be a confusion for you. But in simple words, I can tell that if in case, okay, in this example, we have only one upper bound element, So when you are finding the least upper bound element, just I will tell you the definition. So among all the upper bound elements, which is the element that are related to other upper bound elements? Okay. In fact, as I'm telling you, so in this example, we have only one upper bound element, right? That is 1. So obviously, we know that in the Hasse diagram, every element will be related to itself since it is reflexive. So here the least upper bound will also be 1 in this example. Okay. So as I have told you, when I take other examples, you will understand this concept in a better way. So again, the greatest lower bound in the sense, suppose if we have more lower bound elements, among that, which is the greatest lower bound element? Among the lower bound elements, which is the element for which other lower bound elements are related. Okay, so like that you need to think. But here in this example, again, we have only one lower bound element. Of course, it is related to itself. So the greatest lower bound will also be 4. Okay, students, I'm 100% sure it is little bit confusing for you, but don't worry. I think you got some idea. When we solve more examples on this, definitely you will understand better. Okay, so can I go to the next example, students? I know you have some confusion with respect to least upper bound and greatest lower bound, but as I have told you, if we solve more examples on this, you'll understand better. Can I go with the next example? Okay. And one more thing, students, actually, some of you are asking for the modified questions in the assignment. I have took the assignment. Okay, ma'am have sent me the assignment now. So among the questions, if you could text me which all the questions that you have problem with. Okay, so those questions I'll just modify and send. Now I have, ma'am have mailed me that assignment now. Okay, so if you tell me which are all the questions that you are facing problem, right? So I will just check those questions. If there is any problem with that question, I'll just modify and send. Okay, so after the class, any one student, please send me the question numbers where you have the problem. Those questions I'll just modify and send you back. Fine. And you need not to worry about the assignment now. Okay, I mean, still you have more time because this, internals they have postponed, but when is that exactly? Still they have not told. Solutions, Kamal. Sure, so, Kamal. I have already told you, right? Actually, assignment questions, whatever is there, definitely I will discuss that. Okay, each and every problem I will definitely solve. But the thing is, as I have told you, the internals has been postponed, right? So we need not to worry about that now. The thing is, once if I complete the topic functions, the module 3 will get completed, right? And in the module 1 also, I think I was doing rules of inference topic. Okay, Abhishek. Okay, your question. Okay, so these kind of questions at the end of the session I'll answer. Okay, so now let us just continue with the DMS. Abhishek, I will answer later. Okay, so what I was telling is in module 1 I was solving the rules of inference. So after that, the next topic is open statement and direct and indirect method. Okay, so let me complete those topics. Still we have time, no need to worry. So hardly in order to complete the functions, I'll take 3 to 4 classes, and yeah, I think by 2 weeks I can complete both module 1 and module 3 completely. Okay, so after that, anyhow, once they announce the internals date, definitely I will give the solutions for all the assignments. I'll discuss that. No need to worry. Okay, so let me continue with the next example first. So I'll take this example now. So this is 3, this is 4, this is 6, this is 1, and this is 2. Okay. Okay, and let me take the subset of the elements as the subsets of elements are B, which contains 2, 3, 4. Okay. Fine, students. So here the Hasse diagram is defined for the set of elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I told you, right, in order to find the upper bound, lower bound, greatest upper bound, least upper bound, and the greatest lower bound, I need to have the subset of the elements. So here the subset of elements are 2, 3, 4. Will you try, students? Can you just try to answer this question? Just a minute. Okay, students, can you try to answer what is the upper bound elements here? So depending upon the subset of the elements, which has been given as 2, 3, 4, can you answer which are the upper bound elements? 5, 1, 6. Okay. So others, is there any answer? 156. No, Nayan, the answer is not 156. The answer is just 5 and 6. See, actually, it's very simple. I told you, right? If you have to find the upper bound elements, which are all the elements that are related to subset of the elements. So here the subset of the elements are 2, 3, 4. So for 2, 3, and 4, which are all the elements that are related? So 5 is related with 2, 5 is related with 3, and 5 is related with 4. Okay, so 5 is the upper bound element. So upper bound element is 5. And then even 6 is related with 3, 6 is related with 4, and 6 is also related with 2. So even 6 is also valid. 1, no, it is not related with, it is related by. Okay, so okay, fine. So you got the meaning for upper bound elements. Very good. So now, students, can you answer me which are all the lower bound elements? Okay, Kamal, you are asking upper elements or one who is at the top of the figure. Yeah, Kamal Nayan, depending upon the subset of the elements, I cannot tell exactly always the top element. Suppose if the subset of the elements is given only one, Nayan, I'll repeat. Suppose if the subset of the elements instead of 2, 3, 4, suppose if he gives only one is the subset of the element. In this example, when you are finding the upper bound elements, so the answer will be 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, and also 1, because 1 is related to itself, right? So depending upon the subset of elements, what he has given, we need to consider the upper bound elements. Yes, in most of the examples, it will be the elements which are at the top only. Yes, in most of the examples, okay? Okay, so the answer for the lower bound elements. So you are telling 1, 2, only 1, 2, 3. Okay, the answer is 1. So you have missed one more element. Students, is there any other answer? Which are all the lower bound elements? Kavya, Chetana, Apurva, Ankita, you have given just half of the answer. There is another element. Yes, Lata, you are correct. See, actually, when you are telling the lower bound elements, the elements that are related to 2, 3, 4, yes, 1 is the element that is related with 2, 3, 4. And 2 is also right, because 2 is related to 3, 4, and also 2 is related to itself, which is a subset element, right? So, in this example, the lower bound elements will be 1, 2. Fine? Okay, so that is a lower bound element. Fine. Now, based on this, I was telling you the greatest lower bound. Just a minute, students. Okay, so I was telling you the least upper bound. So the least upper bound, as I have told you, it is the element. It will be one of. See, actually, I'll tell you in this way. When you have to find the least upper bound, you have to think in you have to check for two conditions. The first condition is, first of all, it has to be an upper bound element. Correct, right? So among the upper bound elements only, you are trying to find which is the least upper bound. Okay, so the first condition is it has to be an upper bound element. And the second thing is, whichever the element that you are calling it as a least upper bound, that element should be related to. I'll repeat, it is related to other upper bound elements. I think I made it clear. If you have understood that, students, can you please answer? Can you tell the answer which is the least upper bound? Please think and answer. Okay, I will just repeat whatever I had told again. If I have to find the least upper bound, you have to check for two conditions. The first condition is it has to be the one of the upper bound element only, right? So the element has to be one of the upper bound element, and the second condition is that element should be related to other upper bound elements. Okay, so based on this, can you answer me which is the least upper bound? I know it is little bit tricky, students, but once if you understand that, it will be clear. Okay, Ankita Nath, you are answering as 5 and 6. Angadi, you are answering, your answer is 5. Chetana, Deepa, yes, exactly. The answer is none. No, Aryan, the answer is not 5 and 6. The answer is null. Because, see, actually, as I have told you, the first condition is it has to be an upper bound element. Okay, so maybe among the 5 and 6, you need to check whether the least upper bound exists or not. Okay, so when you are checking that, it has to be related to other upper bound elements. When you see 5, yes, exactly, it is related to itself, but it is not related to 6, right? Always you have to see in the upward direction. Don't think that you have a line from bottom and again bottom to up. No, you should not think in that way. So actually 5 is not related to 6. So 5 can't be the least upper bound. What about 6? 6 also same thing, right? It is related to itself, but it is not related to the other upper bound element, that is 5. So the least upper bound is nil. You don't have a least upper bound in case of this diagram. Okay. So similarly, the greatest lower bound, I'll tell you the condition. So the first condition remains same. If I have to find the greatest lower bound, first of all, it has to be a lower bound element. Okay. And the second thing is, whichever the element you are calling it as least upper bound, so that element should be related to, not related with. It should be related to other lower bound elements. Fine. So based on the students, will you make an attempt? Can you tell me which is the greatest low? Sorry. I told like it should be related to. No, it should be related by. I'll repeat that. Okay. So if you have to find the greatest lower bound, first of all, it has to be a lower bound element, and that element should be related by the other lower bound elements. Okay. So the answer. Okay, Kamal. Sorry, actually there was a confusion. It is related by. Related by. Okay, the answer is 2. Exactly correct. Kamal, is it clear now? It is related by. Okay, Kamal, I'll just repeat that. Okay, let us think in this way. I will learn offline. Okay, if that option is there, fine, Kamal. But if that option itself doesn't exist, what you will do? Okay, Kamal, don't worry. I'll just you please. I will. Coming to college. Okay, okay. Don't worry, Kamal. So you please listen now. I will just clear your doubts. See, actually, you just observe this word greatest and least. Okay, so greatest is something like it will be among the other lower bound elements. It will be in a upward direction. You just think in this way. Fine. And least upper bound elements, among the upper bound elements, it will be in a somewhat bottom position. If you try to understand in this way, I think you will be not having any confusion. So based on this, this 1 and 2, these are the lower bound elements. Fine. So these two are the lower bound elements. So among which one will be the greatest. Always the greatest will be 2. Among 1 and 2, 2 will be the greatest. If you think in this way, I think you can understand better. But others, okay. So you have to think in this way. So first of all, it has to be a lower bound element. And the second thing is it should be related by other lower bound elements. Yes, students, actually this topic, definitely while teaching, while learning, actually definitely there will be some confusion. But as I have told you, if we solve more problems on this, you will understand better. Okay, Kamal, thank you. Thank you so much. Solve one more example. So let us see. Let me give one more example. Just a minute. Okay. Yes, Kamal. Actually, this kind of diagrams will be funny only. Okay. So the subset of elements that I have given you is 3, 4, and 5. So now, can you please answer which are the upper bound and lower bound elements first? Which are the upper bound elements and which are the lower bound elements? Upper bound is 1, 2. Again, it's not a complete answer. No, 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 no. It's not a complete answer. Kamal 1, 2, Lavanya 1, 2. Yes, Kamal Narayan. Now you it's correct. 1, 2, 3. Yes. See, actually, the elements that are related to 3, 4, and 5 are 1 and 2 easily you can tell, but you should not miss even 3. 3 is also upper bound element because it is related to itself. So 3 is covered and it is also related by 4 and 5. So based on this, the upper bound elements will be 1, 3, 2. Okay, so now can you answer which are all the lower bound elements? Which are all the elements that are related to 3, 4, and 5? Which are the elements that are related to 3, 4, and 5? Okay, you are answering as 6. Is that the only number? 6 and 7. No, it is wrong. 6 and 8. Okay, Ankita, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you have mentioned all the numbers. Okay, so 6 and 8 is the correct answer. Some of you are answering as 7, but it is not correct. The reason is very simple, students. The 7 is related to 5. That is fine. 7 is related to 5, and 7 is related to 3 also, based on the transitive law. But 7 is not related to 4. Fine. 7 is related to 5 and 3, but it is not related to 4. Since it is not related to the subset of the elements, so I cannot call this as. Okay, so Abhishek, your doubt is how 8. See, actually, when it comes to 8, 8 is related to 4. 8 is related to 5 because 8 is related to 6 and 7, where 6 and 7 are further related to 5. So based on the transitive law, 8 is related to 5, and same goes even with the 3. Okay, so the answer for your question is, Abhishek, because of the transitive law, 8 is related to 5 and 3 and also 4. Is it clear? But 8 is not related to 3. No, Aditya, you just observe here. Actually, 8 is related to 6 and 6 is related to 3. And based on the transitive law, 8 is related to even 3. Aditya, actually, it is not directly related to, but the thing is 8 is related with 6 and 6 is. Okay, sorry students, there was some network issue. See, what I was telling is 8 is related to 3 based on the transitive law. It is not directly related to, but since it is related to 6 and 4, where 4 is further related to 3. So based on that, sir, you mean 3 to 4, 4 to 6, and then 6 to 8. Yeah, something like that, Aditya. But the thing is, you should not tell 3 to 4. You should tell 4 to 3. When you are telling the relation, you should not tell 3 to 4. Always you should tell 4 to 3, 6 to 4, 8 to 6. Like that you should tell. Students, please give me some 5 minutes. I'll be back. Okay. You please try to answer the least upper bound. Okay. And greatest lower bound. Students, so you please try to answer this. So if you have any doubts, again, I will just answer that. Please give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. And one more thing, in these 5 minutes, just you have to solve this sub questions. Okay, you should not put any unwanted messages in this comment section. If you want to put any such messages, you can put in your personal WhatsApp. If you have any WhatsApp group. But in this comment section, you should not put anything, right? Because it is being recorded. So be careful. So just try to answer these questions. I'll be back.
Okay. Sorry, students. Sorry for this delay. Okay. So the lower bound elements for 3, 4, 5. The lower bound elements for 3, 4, 5 is 6 and 8. So based on this, the least upper bound. So among the upper bound elements, which is 1, 3, and 2, which are all the elements that are related to the other upper bound elements. So among 1, 3, 2, 3 is the one that is related to itself and also 1 and 2. So the least upper bound will be 3. I think you also have answered that. Fine. And the greatest lower bound among the lower bound elements, so which is 6 and 8, which is the greatest lower bound. So 6 is related to itself and also 6 is related by 8. So the greatest will be 6. Among 6 and 8, 6 is the greatest. Among 1, 3, 2, 3 is the least. Fine. So is it clear, students? Okay. Still, we need to solve more problems on this. But okay, so tomorrow morning, anyhow, I have 2 hours class, so we can continue tomorrow. The problem with afternoon classes is the thing is everyone feels sleepy. That includes even me. Okay, so anyhow, tomorrow morning I have 2 hours class, right? So in that class, I'll just take 2 or 3 more problems on this. So I think the things will be clear. After that, I will start even with the functions in the next class. Okay, so yeah, now we can ask me some doubts. So Abhishek, you are asking something. So that from tomorrow, is there holiday? Actually, even I don't know. We are also waiting for that. We also badly need holidays. I don't know whether they will give or not. But I think they have given all the UG colleges, right? But I don't know whether these people will give or not. Even I am waiting for that. Once if I know that, so I will also share with you. Fine. Okay, students, is there any other doubts in today's class? If you don't have any doubts, you can log out. Okay, so tomorrow morning I'll continue with this. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your patience. So tomorrow morning I'll continue. Fine.